Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends. I'm your host, the Goalkeeper, for your live match fan reaction following Ipswich Town 3, Cardiff City 2. 2 goals down, but Town rallied to come back and win 3-2. 3 points at Portman Road, and I'm still not quite sure what I've just witnessed. A phenomenal performance, really impressive. As always, hit the like button, subscribe, come and talk in Town 5th Stander, and get active in the chat, whether you're watching live or on catch-up. I'm joined, first of all, by Phil Blundell. Phil, I'm walking out of there today and I don't know what I've just seen, to be honest with you.
No, neither do I. I mean, it was a very Jekyll and Hyde performance this afternoon.
That's true.
Cardiff very much on top in the first half. We couldn't really get going, and by half-time, we were struggling. We were struggling to find any kind of form. Our passing was rubbish. We couldn't find the space in between, and Cardiff looked very good for their lead at half-time.
Tactically, Cardiff were really impressive. They nullified what Town wanted to do really well. The second half, we somehow managed. I mean, a little bit of the Sheffield Wednesday game in the sense of Broadhead gets you back in the game, and then it lifts the place. Because at 2-0 down, it was a little bit flat. There was a little bit like the balloon had burst, and it was, this is not going to be our day. But Broadhead, being Broadhead magic, brings you back into the game. And then from there, I don't know what I've just witnessed. And I want to give a special shout out today to Amari Hutchinson, who I thought was absolutely phenomenal when he came on. Phenomenal. I won 38, 42. It's like that, where, no, we are live still. Sorry, I thought I heard the noise where it said we weren't live, but I want 42 more appearances like that, quite honestly. I thought it was phenomenal, Phil. How did you see the amount of the bench? Obviously, Dapo will get applauded as the first sub off the bench and getting the goals. Yeah. But I thought they all, to a man, were phenomenal.
Yeah, I thought, we've not just got one goal scorer in our squad. We've got many goal scorers in our squad.
Very true.
We've got goal scorers that can come off the bench and make a difference, and that's exactly what happened this afternoon in the second half. Town, tactically, I thought McKenna got his tactics spot on at half-time. Yeah. We pushed him right back in the second half. We got our just rewards, but that goal from Broadhead, when he smashed that into the back of the net, I thought, that's it, that's the catalyst. That's got us back in the game, because at 2-0 down, at home, many teams' heads would fold and dip and fall. And when you've got players like that and the resilience that McKenna's instilled in our players for this season, you can see why that we've got goal scorers on our bench, we've got goal scorers in our squad, and we're going to score goals this season. It's as simple as that.
That said, Phil, I would particularly like us to maybe wake up a little bit earlier than being 2-0 down. Last week, we take the lead against Leeds, go 3-1 down, another 2-goal deficit. Then we spring ourselves back into life. Today, takes us getting 2-0 down to really almost put our towers up. And to their credit, this lot never know when they're beaten. This is a team that has belief running throughout the ranks. You can really see that, because at 2-0 down, when fans are messaging me left, right and centre about the window, about this, that and the other, this team are saying, we don't give up, we don't quit. They're like Rocky Balboa. They don't give up.
It's absolutely true, Gov. I mean, I've heard people moan about the fact that, we've still got a League One team. We didn't get the players we wanted.
They've got belief. Regardless of the ability, they've got that belief that squads don't always have.
Absolutely. It's the confidence and belief that McKenna has instilled in his players. And so far, with the 5 games played in the Championship, 4 wins out of 5, you can clearly see it's coming through. And I just want to say a quick word about the opposition this afternoon. Cardiff came with a game plan. They defended deep. They played it wide. They made the pitch very big, which made it tough on us in the first half. Yeah, and for the first 60 minutes, we weren't even in the game. We were 2-0 down after 51, 52 minutes. Yeah. And that goal, I don't like to say or see the fact that when we're behind, we need a goal to get us going. That shouldn't be right. But today was a very Jekyll and Hyde performance. I don't know who was worse in the first half, us or the referee. The referee was shocking in that first half.
The referee. I was thinking more at 2-0 down, they're going to blame the referee for the thing. I'm happy to stay here at 3-2. You man of the match for in the country?
Man of the match today for me, I was going to give it to Ladapo. Just basically, when he came on, Ladapo, he's got some stick from the close season, thinking, probably he's not quick enough.
Well, many people wanted him sold.
Yeah, he doesn't move quick enough.
All I kept seeing yesterday all day was Ladapo will be moving on, surely.
Exactly, and I was in the same boat.
Celebration. Did we see it?
I did. I like that. Yeah, Fred is a type of player. He's big. He's a target man. He's got an aerial threat. And there's going to be games and times when he's required. And today was one of those against a big, tall, physical team in Cardiff. I think Cardiff should do well this season. You know, they've lost here today. They've taken an absolute battering in the second half, and rightly so, because we just never give up. We never give up, Gov.
No,
and
and
I think that I give it to Ladapo today because he won that game for us in the second half. The second half alone, he was in the right place at the right times, and luck was on our side this afternoon. And despite the first half performance, I was impressed when he came on, as well as Hutchinson. I said the other night, he was my man of the match against Reading, and our front line, will score goals. It's not just down to Georgie Hurst, who was unlucky to go off injured today. I feel a bit sorry for him. He nearly took his chance, but that goalkeeper was equal to it in the first half.
Perfect.
But I can see it's onwards and upwards from now on this afternoon.
All right, Phil.
And
appreciate you coming on.
Season.
I'll move it on to Cruncher. For those at home, I'm just raising my arm like a linesman to try and get the attention of.
Where is Matt Phillips?
I don't know. He has some sort of family.
Is he here today?
He was here. I don't know. I've not seen him. I've not heard of him.
We miss you, Matt.
No, we don't. If he plays like that, I'm going to have to retire my Amari Hutchinson opinion alongside my Raheem Harper Player of the Year one.
Look, we've spoken before, haven't we, about players coming off the bench, making an impact. And they did today, all three of them. And I think he got the sub spot on. He obviously had to take Harry Clark off because he's on the yellow. And I thought he did struggle, didn't he? I thought
he did, yeah. He's lacking that explosiveness to me.
Yeah, you reckon it's the Achilles, don't you?
Well, the Achilles does affect the explosiveness. It's not the Harry Clark I saw towards the back end of last year. And I don't know what that is, whether it's step up in colour, player, or the injury that they're managing.
Got something for you. How long ago was it we were called Ipswich Town, the most boring club in the country? When was that?
Under Paul Lambert, wasn't it?
Was it Lambert or
one of them?
We were just
asthmatic
meandering along, going nowhere. Good. Flip that on his head, and how many games like that can we sit there through this season?
I can't do many more. I don't know what to witness. I don't know what to say in terms of like an opinion on social media or even on the show. So I don't know what I just saw.
It was like a basketball game. That second half, it was like you attack, even when we went 3-2 up.
Yeah.
You mean we didn't sit back?
No.
But I don't think we can. I don't think we're
no one
set
can.
up.
I mean, they tried to, didn't they? They brought Panzer on.
Look, I thought Cardiff. It shows you in this league that there's nothing easy. I thought for 60 minutes. I don't know what you thought. I thought Ramsey was the best player on the pitch.
Well, I didn't. Yeah.
I think he's a very good player, but
phenomenal player.
We went 2-0 down, and then their goalkeeper. I think that was his only mistake. Real poor kick out. I think Morsy's nicked the ball. Look, it's a great finish by Broadhead. I mean,
it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
Wednesday all over again, isn't it? Gets you back in the game.
Back in the game, and then Freddie does his stuff now.
And that's an opinion because many fans wanted Freddie gone.
Yeah, I think
Who did it better, by the way? Chambers or Ladapo? Fingers in the ears.
Oh, was that talking of Chamber? He was here today. Give me a little wave from the director's box. He was here before the game. I
love the goal celebration. I'm sure it was fingers in the ears. It was a certain celebration of swords.
The equaliser took a lot of people by surprise, didn't they? He flicked it in.
None more so than Cardiff.
Yeah. It's a bit, it reminded me of, the Divock Origi goal for Liverpool against Barcelona from the short corner.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit like that, because I think we caught him on the hop.
It reminded me of Broadhead against Barnsley.
Well, you'll have your turn in a minute, Colin.
You got the North.
You'll have your turn in a minute.
But it was Broadhead at Barnsley. That sort of goal where it's near post and the keeper can't do anything.
Yeah, a little bit. And look, he had a bit of luck, didn't he, on the second goal? I think it's just ricocheted and hit him and gone in. Look, he's Johnny on the spot.
Got to be there, though.
You've got to be in the right place at the right time. And look, I know a lot of people might have said he's not good enough for this league. I think there can't be nobody in that ground today who can't be pleased for Freddie Ladapo.
Absolutely.
Because he's a really good guy, isn't he? Scored a lot of goals last season. And look, it's like anyone, mate. When you make the step up, not everyone's coming on that journey. And today, he's got 2 goals. I don't agree with he's got the sponsors man in the match. We'll probably talk about that in a minute.
Goals win points, points win prizes.
Definitely. But it was, look, it's, 12 points from 15. It's a fantastic start to the season.
Phenomenal.
Life back in the Championship. Did anyone think that we'd be sitting?
I did.
Second.
If I'm going to get slaughtered for the bad ones, I'm going to celebrate the good ones.
You went 1-1 last night, by the way.
I did. I wasn't positive at all. I was even more negative at 2-0 down, believe me.
Oh, yeah. I was probably waiting for you to sort of...
I was getting ready.
Phone. Where's the WhatsApp?
I was getting ready.
it was like we say, Broadhead got that goal back at the right time, and then when you're 2-1, you're right back in it. And look, what an atmosphere there at the end. You know, this is what football's all about, Gov. We come to football. We've been down here enough the last few years under previous regime, and it was turgid, it was shit. You're thinking, probably questioning yourself why you're at the stadium. But today, and I think it's probably going to be like that all season. You know, we're on the front foot. We won't die wondering. We might not be good enough in certain games, you know, and teams might be better than us. But you cannot question the team's desire, team spirit. And you've got to be proud. You've got to be proud this afternoon coming out of that ground. And we've dug 3 points out there, you know.
I just told Phil they're like Rocky Balboa. They don't then they beat.
Yeah.
They get put on the mat, they get off the mat, they get put on the mat again, they get off it again. They do not know when to quit, which is something that a lot of teams don't have, that belief that we're never over. And I think the fans have to sort of learn that and stay with it because, 2-0, rightfully so maybe, there was a few restless voices, a bit of flatness. And then we got ourselves back in the game. Like, this is a team that's never going to quit, ever.
Yeah, like I say, you did get that goal. It wasn't long after they went 2-0. So I think that's vital to get back in the game and you keep the crowd with you.
Yeah,
you know, and keep that positive energy going. And it was just you come out the ground smiling. Obviously, you won at 2-0 down. You probably would have took a point.
Yeah,
but
gotcha.
But Hutchinson, he's made an impact today.
Phenomenal impact, outstanding. Can't say.
I know Colin will come on in a minute, and he said very soon he'll be taking Wes Burns' place. That's probably a discussion for a day because Wes has been good the last 2 seasons, you know. But Amari's he's made an impact, you know, and he's played a massive part in.
Oh, yeah, he turned his fullback inside out,
winning that game. You know, he's crossed it. He could have. If you look, I think Chaplin's on the edge of the box there. He's probably could have picked him out. He didn't.
Well, no, what he's done though, if he's not going to pick somebody out, he's fizz it into the corridor of uncertainty. And hope your striker will
same he done on Tuesday with the ball in.
Yeah, well,
you know,
it's one thing to get Reading Youth,
exactly.
Another thing doing it in the Championship, and that is the start of hopefully my opinion being put on the mantelpiece alongside my Raheem Harper Player of the Year one. As bad,
you've got to be sick as a Cardiff fan, ain't you? What's the song, Josh? 2-0 and you fucked it up.
Good man.
Anyway, man of the match for me. It wasn't an easy one. Because I don't think there was really anyone really outstanding, Gov.
By the way, Josh, just grab that classic goalkeeper shirt over there, running away down the
Craig Forrest. Craig Forrest. It's Ben from KOA. I see it on the social.
That is a phenomenon.
Yeah, it's about 3 sizes too big as well. It's massive.
I've not seen one of those since the early 90s.
It's a proper one with the shoulder pads. But talking to goalkeepers, this is a lovely segue to my man of the match today.
Is it Halaki?
Yes. Look, I think he obviously come in for some criticism last week, probably justified because he made some mistakes. But when second half, he pulled off 2 great saves there. He saved one, then he's got up, saved it. Another great piece of goalkeeping right near the end there, brave.
And his spillages this week were out of danger, not into.
Yeah, if you're going to spill it, push it away.
Like, almost that's been a 5-day heavy intensive. We're going to work on where we're
talking of working on things. I had a lovely text message from the fisherman. He's probably watching. Hello, Mike.
I can't say anything about.
He says I must be a lot more positive, and he's going to give himself 100 lines.
Yeah. And how was your car park situation today? All good?
Interesting. Let's just say interesting. There's some funny old people in Ipswich. I mean, Jesus Christ, the C-bomb. How many times did he drop it? There's kids in the vicinity. And then he proceeded when we parked in another place. We see him as he went by us, and Ollie pointed him out. Stopped his car and then give us another load of expletives. So he did say if I park my car there, he will put my windows in. So if you're watching, I don't think you're a football fan, mate.
Perfect.
Anyway,
there you go.
Thank you very much.
And people say it's just football fans, cruncher upsets. It really isn't. It's drivers, it's pedestrians, it's all sorts of people. We love you. Colin, we'll leave the last word to you this afternoon. Last word to you. So,
yeah.
A special afternoon at Portman Road. 2-0 down. Come back to win 3-2. Rich has just kindly told the people at home that you're a Amari Hutchinson, Wes Burns 10 games prediction. Do you want to go into that right now? If not, it's fine.
All I'm saying is Amari Hutchinson has been brought here for a reason. And I personally think it's Wes's to lose. Absolutely, 100%. Because Wes has got the shirt. But obviously, you know, we always talk about players coming in, you know, 2 for each position.
Yep.
Which is obviously what Amari's come in to push Wes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if Amari keeps coming on and maybe scoring the odd goal, taking players on, getting in the box, making chances, assists, look, obviously Kieran's got a decision to make.
He was phenomenal today, by the way, Amari. He was phenomenal.
Oh,
he was special.
Like you always go on about Martin, and you're right about game changers, and he was an absolute game changer.
He was
game changer today. But I'll tell you what I've got to say in respect to Cardiff. Look, I personally think now there's a certain gentleman over there who remained nameless when I was on Alex just then. Seem to see it differently, but that's it. It's all about opinions. It's all about opinions. I personally think that side we played this afternoon are a decent side. I wouldn't go any further than that.
That's what Phil said.
But I'd say they were a decent side, and I'll tell you what, at the Cardiff Stadium, they will take scalps. No doubt about it. And I'll tell you one thing I wish Richard had stayed about, because I will totally agree with Rich on one point where he said to me off air about the fact that Ramsey, I think he said up to about 60 minutes, don't quote me, but I think it's something like that, was the best player on the pitch. And probably head and shoulders, apart from maybe Mawson.
And if they keep him fit, he'll be a special player at this level. Which you would expect, though, wouldn't you, really, for a player of his calibre?
I'll tell you what I said a little while ago, Martin. If you compare Bannon in the First Division, right, last year, to Ramsey in the Championship this season, so if you compare both, everybody was banging on about Bannon. I weren't, but everybody else was. I'd say Ramsey is on a different stratosphere to Bannon. Yeah, in the comparable leagues. I've got to say. But more importantly, talking about the game, I mean, what we've shown this season is bags and bags and bags and bags of courage. And trust me, look, if you've got bags of courage and nothing else, will that win the league? No. If you've got bags and bags and bags of courage like this lot have, and you've got a certain amount of skill, technique, and what have you in that side, you can go a long way. I'm like Rich. I did overhear Rich what he said about the sponsors man of the match. No, I'm not going for Ladapo either. I'm not just saying that because Rich said it. I've got my own mind. Halagki was my man of the match today. I mean, 2 absolutely brilliant saves in that second half, Martin. And yes, goals do win matches. I think like you said earlier. Goals win matches. But also, so do magnificent saves. I.e., somebody like Peter Shilton when he was at Nottingham Forest. Brian Clough said when he signed Peter Shilton, yeah, we was in for Peter Shilton at the same time. And Brian Clough got him. And Brian Clough said, Peter Shilton will save me 12 to 15 goals this season. And he will probably win me the league. And he did. And he went on to win him the European Cup as well. And
you're not saying
so goalkeepers are equally as good as goal scorers.
Yeah, I agree.
Martin?
Can I talk to you for a minute, Colin, before we close the show about our defence? Because in the space of a month, it's gone from something that as a Town fan you can hang your hat on as being something that's solid and assured, to suddenly it looks like every time the ball hits our own half, it's a matter of can they work a decent enough chance to hit on target to score? Because we don't seem to be doing any sort of defending at the moment.
No, it's I don't know if worrying's the word really. I think it's just, you know, I'd just put slightly in front of it.
Yeah,
it's slightly worrying. But
we are coming out.
I agree with what you say, man. But I'll tell you what, we are apart from the Leeds game, we are coming out on the right side of these.
We are at the moment,
results.
Like
and also another thing I'd like to say is this: like I put on the chat last night. Put on the chat last night. We got 12 points out of 15. Was hoping we gave 12 out of 15. We got 12 points out of 15. It's September the 2nd. September the 2nd, everybody. And we're second in the league. You know, come on. Please, everybody. We have nothing to worry about. We really haven't. Let's just keep this going. 28,000 a day, and Cardiff didn't half sell out. You know?
400,000, didn't they?
Sorry?
Got under 1,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're still over 28,000. Let's keep which we will do. Let's keep the crowds coming in. Let's keep because I think the noise has been brilliant this year.
Phenomenal.
Martin. The noise has been brilliant.
How is Blue Action from the North Stand? Because from where I am, big shout out to Nathan and all
Very
of the
good.
Blue Action crew today, because they were loud as anything.
Do you know what? I've been coming here, or Martin knows, I've been coming here since '64, and I'll tell you what. That's the first time I've ever known in the old East Stand, as you used to call it.
Yeah.
First I've ever known, obviously, singers, if you like, in that stand. But I'll tell you what, it's worked. And Nathan and all you Blue Action boys, I applaud you, because yes, that has worked, and it's bouncing off the North Stand.
Absolutely.
And that's awesome. I'll tell you what, Martin. Actually, that's a long time since we've seen the Sorrel singing like they do. The Sorrel have been singing, and it's been going right around the ground, and even people in the Pioneer, as I call it, have been singing. So brilliant to everybody. Keep
Absolutely.
it going. And I'll tell you what, I know Martin said top 2, didn't you?
I did.
You did.
I did.
Come on, I'll remind you.
I did.
And I'll tell you what, he's on course. You're on course. Month's gone. You're on course.
Yeah, but my predictions aren't great. We know that. We've just been discussing that off air.
This one might be right.
Well, it might be.
This
Even
one-
a broken clock is right twice, right?
Yeah. But, no, you know, another thing, I mean, people were going on about, you know, an underwhelming window. Maybe it was slightly, but I tell you what, a window goes from whatever it is, you know, when we started the window. And if you go from the word go, Martin, we've done some decent stuff in there.
We have, and as I said
We
last
haven't
night...
even, sorry, Martin, we haven't even seen Scarlett today.
No, I was surprised at that.
Was he on the bench?
He was on the bench,
He was.
yeah. But as I said last night, and as I said here after the January window, the only people who can prove those opinions wrong, because you can only give an opinion based on the information you have at the time, are those players. So
Yeah,
this afternoon,
100%.
Amari comes on, immediately makes me look silly. Looks really, really promising. Because he's the only one who can prove
But
me
Mark,
right
let
or
me just
wrong.
stop you. But you're pleased to be made look silly.
Can't wait for it, mate.
And I'm pleased. I mean, there was a lot of people I won't call them Freddie to go. No way. There was a lot of people who were.
Yeah.
A lot of people. I'm not on Twitter, as you know, but I get a
Probably
Andy, and then he's saying, Freddie's off here, Freddie's off the Derby, 3 million or whatever. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people out of that 27,000 Town fans who are in that ground today. They're pretty pleased that Freddie stayed.
Absolutely, yeah.
Aren't they?
The same as Jackson last week when he gets it, really gets involved and helps create the first goal, or
Yeah.
Aladki when during the week you're seeing should Slicker start on
Was
Saturday.
Jackson on the bench today?
Jackson on the bench today, yeah. I believe so anyway.
I mean, so
but that's the point.
See,
That's
this is
the point as a football fan. You have an opinion, you
See,
give
yeah.
it, you're right. or
See,
you're
this
wrong.
is the thing, though, Martin. When we talk about, you know, the squad and what we got on the bench, we just spoke about, you know, the Ensign Scarlett Day, the Ensign Jack, who had a great game last week against Leeds.
He really did.
Right?
Yeah.
And we ain't seen these boys today.
No.
So, are we really? Is it really? Martin, answer the question. Is it really as bad as the people are making out?
More to come is what I'll say. You know, watch this space. Let's see what happens
And
next.
what? I mean, like I said to Rich this morning, we're not privy to what goes on behind closed doors, and rightly so.
Absolutely.
That's their business. But I mean, maybe in January, Martin, maybe in January, if we're still in this position, I personally think these owners will only want this club in one league,
Well,
and that
absolutely.
probably won't be the championship.
No, absolutely. I'm going to come to a few comments before we close. You've got McSaucepan. We could have had about 3 more goals here if we were more clinical too. Broadhead, Burgess and Chappers all missed solid chances. Life's too short. Noise is starting to travel down to B and C blocks now and also upper tiers. We had a comment from Elliot, well played by the boys. Cardiff dominated most of the game. We didn't give up and kept going to get the win. Rosie, great confidence. The confidence from top to bottom of the club and the confidence as well for supporters. We can win anything. Keep believing. Absolutely. We're back live tomorrow at 1:30 for Talking Town.
Norwich City, we are certainly coming for you.
Woo!